right. All right. Shalom, Yasha'Allah. Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, turn to the east. Call Halal Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahushai, Ba'Shem Kakadash. I mean, let's say Shalom, Mashapakia. You know what I mean? To the hopeful elect. To the 12 tribes scattered abroad, you know. To all of my people who was trying to keep these commandments to the best of your ability and to serve the Most High in spirit and in truth. To everybody that's learning, you know what I mean, the sincere, you know, the chaste, you know, everybody that's enduring. I just want to say Shalom to you, and I want to say Barakatah. And again, all praises to the Most High Yahweh, in the name of His Son Yahweh Shai, you know what I'm saying, and the holy angels. I just want to say the water, all right? So, it's been something on my, you know what I mean, on my spirit. I ain't gonna be before y'all too long. First and foremost, I want to go and get that out the way, right? And of course, you know, it's my born day or whatever, and everybody know me that, you know, I don't go crazy over that. I don't, you know what I mean, be celebrating it like that or whatever, but I ain't gonna be over righteous either, you know what I'm saying? I always thankful for all things, you know what I'm saying, in all things anyway. You know what I mean? The most I say, don't be righteous over much, you know what I'm saying? And don't defraud thyself for the good day of a good day. So, of course, I tell them thank you, you know what I mean? All praises to water for another year, you know, but at the same time, I'm ready to get out of here, you know what I mean? I'm ready to go home and, you know, where we had it feel like every day is a birthday, you know what I mean? Where our bodies don't wax old. We don't have to deal with these, you know what I'm saying, carnal, earthly issues and things of that nature. But again, you know what I'm saying, I just want to say Shalom and the water for the love, everybody. But this ain't about me, you know what I'm saying? This about the Most High, His plan, you know what I'm saying, and us as a whole. So I just got a few scriptures I want to bring out, right? Because, you know, about what we are to face when we leave here, right? People be having questions about what's going to happen when we leave here. So I'm going to give what I have been reading from the scriptures, right? About where we're going to go, what's going to happen, right? Which is the wilderness, right? So like I said, I just got a few scriptures. And I'm going to start first, right, in the book of Hosea, right? Chapter 2. And I'm going to start at verse 13. And I hope this is edifying, you know what I mean, to everybody who is on, looking. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully everybody will learn something. You know what I mean? So first of all, Hosea chapter 2, and I'm going to start at verse 13, all right? This is about the wilderness, right? And Hosea 2 and 13, and it says, "And I will visit upon her the days of Balaam, wherein she burnt incense to them, and she decked herself with earrings and her jewels, and she went after her lovers and forgot me, said the Lord." All right, so where was that at, right? When all this was going on, right? In the wilderness, of course, right? Right? And it says, "Therefore, behold, I will allure her and bring her into the wilderness," right? So after we leave here, we're going back into the wilderness, right? Back to the wilderness. We're not going back to the land of Israel as of yet, right? Because that place is going to be destroyed because of the people that's in there and the abominations that they're doing. The Most High going to destroy that place. He's going to level that place, right? Because it's defiled, so it got to be burnt up. Like he said, we're going to be burning the weapons. I think he said 7 months, something like that. You know what I mean? And we're going to have the Gentiles. They're going to be going there. They're going to be gathering the bones of those people, and they're going to be burying them, right? So we're not going to go there immediately after we leave here, right? We're going to the wilderness. And it says, what was that? Okay, and it says, "I will visit upon her the days of Balaam, wherein she burned incense to them, and she decked herself with earrings and her jewels, and she went after her lovers and forgot me, said the Lord. Therefore, behold, I will allure her and bring her into the wilderness and speak comfortably to her," right? So the Most High is going to speak comfortably to us, and this her is Israel, right? Right, the daughter of Babylon, right? I mean, the daughter of Jerusalem, right? when we come out of Babylon. He says, and I will give her her vineyards from thence, and the valley of Achor for a door of hope, and she shall sing there as in the days of her youth, right? So we're going to be singing the song of Moses and all that over again, because we're going to get victory over the people who was holding us captive and who've been oppressing us, right? And it says, as in the day when she came up out of the land of Egypt, right? So it's going to be the same thing again. And it says, and in that day said the Lord, that thou shalt call me Ishi, and shall not call me no more Bala or Bailey, right? So right now people calling the Most High Lord or whatever the case may be, but that's not what he really, they put that name in there. It's really Adawan, you know what I mean? But like you said, he winked at our ignorance for a little bit, you know what I mean? So a lot of our people don't know no better, so we're going to call him our husband Ishi, right? So yeah, again, I'm sorry, Shalaki, happy Feast of Tabernacles to everybody celebrating it for the season of this, you know what I'm saying, of this season, you know what I'm saying, or these holy season, you know what I'm saying. I'm in the tent, right? So the Spirit just had me to come in here and to do it, you know what I mean, you know what I'm saying, for this festive season. And I hope that it's, you know, put everybody in the mood, man, because just being in this tent, I've been sleeping in here, I get so good of rest, man. So Yahweh willing, if we're in that number, we get back to the wilderness, it's going to be beautiful, man. Just sleeping outside, hearing the crickets, you know what I mean, and feeling the breeze and the fresh air, breathing in fresh air, man. You know what I'm saying? It's a beautiful thing, man. You know what I'm saying? To sleep under the stars, you know what I mean, under the sky with the Most High watching over you. It's a beautiful thing, man. And it's very peaceful, you know what I mean? So if ain't nobody, if people not keeping these days, man, you should do it, man. It's not a hindrance. It's not grievous. It's just a beautiful thing to do, man. You know, it's beautiful. So you just got to have a mind and the spirit to do it. You know what I mean? If you don't, you ask the Most High to give you the mind and the spirit and the will to do it. You know what I mean? It's not grievous. You know, you'll be pleasing to him. You know what I mean? So all praises once again, and, you know, to everybody who celebrated, is celebrating, we're celebrating this beautiful, and it take me and remind me of what we was doing then and what we will be doing again, dwelling in booths and tents, because we're gonna be moving around again. You know what I mean? Where he make the desert, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be he gonna make water come up, you know what I'm saying, in the dry places, right? And everywhere there's no vegetation, he's gonna make it flourish, right? So in the spirit of the wilderness, the tabernacles, right? So from here I'm gonna go to the book of Ezekiel, right? And like I said, it ain't gonna be before y'all too long at all. You know, I just want to bring out these few scriptures and hope it's edifying, you know, about our wilderness experience, right? This Yahweh willing coming soon. All right, so I'm gonna go right here to the book of Ezekiel, chapter 20 and verse 33, right? And it says, as I live, says the Almighty Yahweh, surely with the mighty hand and with the stretched out arm and with fury poured out, I will rule over you, right? And it says, and I will bring you out from among the people, right? So he's going to bring us from all of these different places where we've been held captive for so long, right? Prisoners of war, right? Babylon especially, here in America, right? And he says, and I will bring you out from the people, and I will gather you out of the countries wherein you were scattered, with a mighty hand and with a stretched out arm and with fury poured out, right? So it ain't going to be all love and all that like people think it's going to be, right? Because just like we was in the wilderness the first time the Most High dealt with a lot of our people, the wicked of our people, the rebels, you know what I mean? He's going to do the same thing. A lot of our people think, a lot of people say that the Most High is going to cut a lot of our people off here. I ain't going to disagree and say some people not going to get cut off here, because people, he judging go out every morning, and he judging people right now. But he didn't destroy a lot of our people in Egypt before he came. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be a lot of people in the wilderness that's gonna be complaining and still not gonna want to do it, keep the commandments and want to be complaining after all the wonders that they're going to see. And, you know what I mean, the Most High going to get rid of a lot of people over there, right? Luke 19:27, you know what I'm saying, with Yahushua, people ain't going to want him to reign over him. You know what I'm saying, a lot of these OT people, you know what I mean, whatever, and bam. Some of them going to wake up to the truth, some of them ain't, right? You know? And he says, and I will, let me see. He says, and he says, verse 35, and I will bring you into the wilderness of the people, and there will I plead with you face to face, right? Like as I pleaded with your forefathers in the wilderness of the land of Egypt, right? So it's going to be the same thing, right? It's going to be the same thing. He's not going to put all our wicked people to death here in America and in these countries. They're going to go back, right? And then he's going to plead with our people like he pleaded with our people then. And that's when, you know, a lot of people going to perish over there, right? A lot of stiff-necked Israelites going to perish over there. And he said, so will I plead with you, saith the Adawan Yahweh, and I will cause you to pass under the rod, and I will bring you into the bond of the covenant, and I will purge out from among you the rebels, right? So how is the Most High going to destroy all the rebels here, but he's going to destroy them in the wilderness too? That don't make sense, right? So he's not going to destroy all our people over here. A lot of our people are going to make it over there in the wilderness. They're not going to make it to the land of Israel, right? Because it's going to be a time, right? We're going to be in the wilderness for a season, right? And he's going to prove our people, and our people are going to get tested again, and a lot of our people are going to get put to death over there, right? So people see and read things differently, but that's not what I'm seeing, and that's not what I'm reading right here, right? It's not what I'm reading, that the bombs is going to come and kill a lot of our people over here, and then just elect is going to get gathered and go to the wilderness, right? That's not what I'm reading, right? And it says, and I will purge out from among you the rebels and them that transgress against me, right? And it says, I will bring them forth out of the countries, right? He's going to bring the rebels out from the countries, right? The rebels and those that transgress. He's going to bring them out of the countries. They're not going to die in the countries. He's going to bring them out, right? And he's not going to resurrect them. They're not going to die over here just from to resurrect them and to take them to the country to kill them again. That's not what's going to happen. And he says, I will bring them forth out of the countries where they sojourn, and they shall not enter into the land of Israel, and you shall know that I am the Adawan, right? So I hope that cleared up some stuff right there, right? All our people is not the wicked of our people. It's not going to perish in Babylon and these countries. A lot of our people, the Most High, like he did, how he had Moses to put some of our people to death, you know what I'm saying? Our people are going to get put to death, however he chooses to do it, but it's going to be in the wilderness, right? That's what the scripture says, right? All right, so from here, I'm going to go right here to the book of, matter of fact, I'm going to go right here to the book of Zechariah, right? And I'm going to go to Zechariah 13 and 6, right? And it says, and I got something. It says, and one shall say unto him, where are these wounds in thy hands? Then he shall answer, those with which I was wounded in the house of my friends. So who is he talking about? For all the people saying that Yahushua is not in the Old Testament or whatever, who is this? Who is this referring to? Who got wounds in the hand? Who pierced them, right? Who got pierced? Yahushua, right? That's point blank. That's a cut, right? So verse 7 says, awake, O sword, against my shepherd and against the man that is my fellow, says the Adawan. Smite the shepherd, and the sheep shall be scattered, and I will turn my hand upon the little ones, right? So that he's going to turn his hand upon the little ones, right? The same rebels, right? It's the same spirits. The one who done it, you know what I'm saying? They got to pay for what they done, right? They ain't get away with it. He going to forgive them in the end, you know what I mean? Because that's his promise to Israel, but a lot of our people got to pay for their wickedness, right? Because they shed innocent blood, right? And verse 8 it says, and it shall come to pass that in all that land, says the Adawan, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die. So that's the 2/3 that a lot of people be talking about. They're going to get cut off in the land, in the wilderness. In the wilderness, right? But the third shall be left therein, right? So the elect, the people who's going to make it, they're going to be left, right? And it says, and I will bring the third part through the fire, right? So like you said, he chose the furnace of affliction. He's going to rule over us with the rod, iron, you know what I'm saying, and bring us under the bond of the covenant. So that's the the fire, right? And I will refine them as silver is refined, and I will try them as gold is tried, right? And they shall call upon my name, and I will hear them, and I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, the Adawan is my power, right? So that's where the 2/3 going to be cut off, in the wilderness, right? Not over here. Some of our people going to die over here. Some of our people going to perish over here, because the Most High is judging this place, and he taking our people out left and right. But 2/3 of our people is not going to die over here. I'm not reading it, and the scripture that I'm reading, y'all, is not saying that. It's not saying that. Of course, again, some of our people going to die over here. A lot of our people going to die over here before the Most High come back. But 2/3 of our people going to die in the wilderness, right? So from here, I'm going to go to, let's see. All right, so from here, I'm going to go to the book of Micah, right? I'm going to go to the book of Micah 7 and 11, right? And it says, in the day that thy walls are to be built, in that day shall the decree be far removed. So the decree of us being in captivity, right, and serving our enemies, right, and us being tore by dogs and put to death and being oppressed and bowing down so the enemy can walk over us and being docile and all that, right? That's going to be far removed, right? And it says, in that day also he shall come even from Assyria and from the fortified cities, from the fortress even to the river, and from sea to sea, from mountain to mountain, right? And it says, notwithstanding the land shall be desolate again, right? Jerusalem, where our homeland, where them Edomites are, right? The Ish people, right? The ones who got a beef with Kanye right now, right? Who got a beef with us, the ones who stole our identity. He said, notwithstanding, the land shall be desolate because of them that dwell therein. So this is the time of them to dwell in our land, right? For the fruit of their doing. So they had the biggest gay parade, and they doing all kinds of wickedness and, you know what I'm saying, plotting against us in our land, right? So the Most High is going to destroy that place, right? Their eyes going to melt away, you know what I mean? And in their sockets, their flesh going to burn off their bones, right? You know? And it says, feed thy people with thy rod, the flock of thine inheritance. Again, he's going to feed us again with the rod. He's going to take us under the rod of the covenant, right? And it says, which dwells solitarily in the wood, right? And this is where it's going to be, in the midst of Carmel. Let them feed in Bashan and Gilead as in the days of old, right? So that's where we're going to be at. Again, the same place where we were. Shalom, 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 ka'an, kasab, malak. Shalom. Happy Feast of Tabernacles, right? That's where we're going to go. Right back where we came from. The same thing. He's going to do it again. He's taking us back. Again. It says, feed thy people with thy rod, the flock of thine inheritance, which is us, which dwell solitary in the wood. The wood is the wilderness, right? Dwell solitary in the wood, in the midst of Carmel. Let them feed in Bashan, right? And Gilead as in the days of old. So we going back to the same place. It ain't going to be no different place. We going back to the wilderness where we came, like he said, as before as we came from out of Egypt, we going back there. Again, the same thing, right? Some people saying it's here, it's there. We going back to the same wilderness. Same thing will happen again, right? According to the day, listen, according to the days of thy coming out of the land of Egypt, I will show unto him marvelous things, right? And it says, the nations shall see and be confounded at all their might. They shall lay their hand upon their mouth, their ears shall be deaf, right? So just like the Most High, that how they was confounded when he drowned the Egyptians and the other nations knew about it, how they was confounded at the Most High might, he gonna put might on us. They're gonna see it, they're gonna be confounded, right? They're gonna be shook. And it says, that they shall lay their hand upon their mouth, their ears shall be deaf. They shall lick the dust like a serpent. They shall move out of their holes like worms of the earth. They shall be afraid of the Adawan, our Allahaya, and shall fear because of thee. So they're going to be scared, you know what I'm saying, of the Most High. They're going to be scared of us. It said, who is like a power like unto thee that pardoneth iniquity and passeth by the transgression? So listen, of the remnant of his heritage. So the ones who repented, right? That's who he is gonna, he's gonna pardon our iniquity. Yahweh willing that we're in that number for the remnant of his heritage, right? So the remnant that return over there and that keep his commandments and who not bickering and, you know what I'm saying, complaining, who not saying, man, I just want to go back to Babylon. We was better off over there. We could eat what we want to eat. We could go, you know what I'm saying, all of that. Niggas, he not dealing with niggas, man. He dealing with his people who, you know what I'm saying, who repented and want to, who cry for the solemn assembly, who, you know, see what's going on, they sigh and cry for the abominations that's done amongst our people and the heathen, right? Who see the wickedness and it vex them and it make them angry, yo. That's who he talking about, right? Yeah, that transgender agenda is crazy right now. That's them, you know what I'm saying? It's their time, right? And they pushing it on the kids, and that's when a society like really fall and collapse. You know what I'm saying? At the top of moral decay, when they pushing it on people, and then they pushing it on the children as well. You know what I mean? That's when stuff start to fall. The same thing in Rome and all these other places, right? So they just setting themselves up, right? Shalom, Darlette Williams. And it says, who is like Allahaya, like unto thee that pardoneth iniquity and passeth by the transgression of the remnant of his heritage? He retaineth not his anger forever, right? Because he delighteth in mercy, right? So the Most High is going to take the curses off his people as he doing now. He putting it on the heathen, right? Because he said that he promised us the mercies of David, right? Right? And he got a promise to Israel, to his people, that he is going to repent of the evil, you know what I mean? And have mercy on us and set us again in our own land. It says, so like it says, he will turn again, he will have compassion upon us, he will subdue all our iniquity. So that means he's going to take hold of them, and thou will cast all their sins into the depths of the sea. Thou will perform the truth to Jacob and the mercy to Abraham, which thou hast sworn unto our fathers from the days of old, right? So he's going to fulfill the promises that he performed, that he told Abraham. You know what I'm saying? We said we're going to go in the land, we're going to be there, we're going to serve him 400 years, but he's going to bring us back, he's going to have mercy on us, but we got to serve our enemies, right? So that's what he's going to do. So he's not a God or a power that he should lie, man. He's not. And if he says something, we believe him, right? So I just want to bring this one thing out that's kind of off the subject of that, but it kind of go back to the Zechariah 13:6, when he said, who is this, you know what I'm saying, who was wounded, and he said, it's my friends who wounded my hands, right? And this is just for the OT, or for the stiff-necked, rebellious people who don't believe in the scriptures, who don't believe in our Savior, Yahushua, period. I'm just going to bring this out, you know what I'm saying, just off GP, because it need to be said. And whether you hear for bear, you know what I'm saying, it ain't even up to me, it ain't even up to you, but it's the Most High who control everything, right? Let me see. Salakia. Let me see. All right. Micah 5:1, it says, now gather thyself in troops, O daughter of troops, right? he have laid siege against us. They shall smite the judge of Israel with a rod upon the cheek. And who is that? Who is he talking to? Right? Who is the judge of Israel that got smitten on the cheek? Who? It ain't Solomon. It ain't David. It's Yahushua, right? And it says, and check this out. It's another prophecy. Who is this? Verse 2, but thou, Bethlehem, Ephrathah, though thou be little among the thousands of Judah, yet out of thee shall come forth unto me that is to be ruler in Israel, right? Who came from there? Yahushua, right? Whose goings forth have been from old, from everlasting, right? Therefore will he give them up from the time that she travaileth, right? So we travailing right now, but it's about to be over. Have brought forth then the remnant of his brethren shall return unto the children of Israel, right? He shall stand and feed in the strength of the Adawan and the majesty of the name of the Adawan his Alahayah, and they shall abide, right? For now shall he be great unto the ends of the earth, right? So that's another cut, right? How was shot in the Old Testament again, you know, the judge Israel submitting on the cheek, but out of Bethlehem, Ephrathah, the little one of out of Judah, right, gonna come forth to reign, right? So I hope this was edifying. I want to say Kwam Yasha'Allah. I want to say Call Hall of Yahweh by Shem Yahushua. And like I said, the Most High put the Spirit on me to do this about the wilderness in the season of the Feast of Tabernacles, because I'm in the tent. You know what I'm saying? And that's where we're going to be at again, Yahweh willing, man. You know what I'm saying? I pray that we're in that number. You know, so I just wanted to bring some clarification, some edification. Hopefully somebody will edify and learn something from the way that I see it. Not saying I'm leaning on my own understanding, but I'm reading it as I'm seeing it in the Bible, right? Not what somebody's saying, but it's what the Spirit is showing me from when I'm reading it. And when it says, as in the days of old. So as in the days of old, it's something that has happened, and it's going to happen again, right? So Yahweh willing, we're going back to the wilderness. Our time is short here. You know what I mean? Pray a Bible ball, you know what I mean? That the Most High go ahead and, you know, finish releasing these angels on the four winds. You know what I'm saying? Like, let them just drop the curtain, you know what I'm saying? And let it be what it's going to be, you know what I'm saying? Not trying to get ahead of the Most High, but I know all our people is tired of being here, man, and ready to go home. You know what I mean? I know I am. And if you really love the Most High and you love your people, and the Most High dealing with you, more than likely you in the spirit of praying against this place, not praying for this place. You praying for the destruction of this place and our enemies, and you want to go home, right? You want to be with your people in righteousness, you know what I'm saying, and breathing clean air and clean food, you know what I'm saying, with our Messiah and with our brethren, you know what I'm saying, away from the folly and the wickedness, right? So, you know what I'm saying, we should be in that spirit right now, preparing our minds for what's to come, right? Yahweh willing, we going in the wilderness again. I hope it's edifying. Call all Yahweh by Shem Yahushua. I want to say a Bob Ball, you know what I mean? Kwam Yasha'Allah. And till the next time, Yahweh willing, yo. Again, thank everybody for the born day love. I don't do that, go over, you know what I'm saying, and all that, but I feel and I understand what you're saying, and the water, you know what I'm saying. That's why I said, call all Yahweh by Shem Yahushua. Shalom and do Yasha'Allah. Kwam Yasha'Allah. Allah Yahweh Barakatham. Yahweh by Shem Yahushua Barakatah. Shalom. Shalom, Dawah Yasha'Allah. Shalom, everybody who came on and said something. You know what I'm saying? Most High bless you. Yahweh by Shem Yahushua Barakatah. You know what I mean? Everybody. Shalom. Love y'all. All right. Ahabatah. Kwam Yasha'Allah. Allah wa Yah. Allah wa Yah.